Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at more Warhammer More Often. What does it actually mean? This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. More Warhammer More Often. What does it actually mean? More cool new releases, more frequently. If that's the only criteria, I give Games Workshop a 10 out of 10. With hundreds or thousands of new product releases every week, on paper, Games Workshop is killing it. As a publicly traded company with primary focus on selling minis and making money, with record sales in the hundreds of millions of dollars, record profits, and ridiculously high profit margins over 30%, Games Workshop is doing the best it's ever done. But does that mean they can't do better? There's no room for improvement? Absolutely not. This new strategy, More Warhammer More Often, has been an absolute debacle. New releases sell out every single week in seconds. So rather than increasing supply and ramping up production like any other business, what do? Restrict friendly local game stores to a couple of each new release. So you can take your chance at one of the 2 copies of Games Workshop's amazing new product from your local game store, or you can join the pre-order frenzy every Saturday. And if you're fast and lucky, you just might get to pay full price direct from Games Workshop. That's if you're lucky though. No worries if not. You can just jump on Amazon, eBay, or one of the other online sites and pay double. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to wait for the official release. You won't get it any earlier, but you can lock down your pre-order for double or even triple the MSRP a week before it's even available. So who is at fault? It must be the evil scalpers to blame, or friendly local game stores for keeping the allocations for themselves, right? No, you don't blame opportunists. You don't blame the middleman. Games Workshop is 100% at fault. You see, more Warhammer More Often comes at a price. Games Workshop has a very limited production capacity. They have for years, and unfortunately, they have failed to make any meaningful improvements. Instead of building a North American factory to produce for their largest sales demographic, they pay 75% of their profits back to shareholders in the form of dividends. North America makes up over 50% of Games Workshop's total sales worldwide. Instead of manufacturing in the middle of a continent that buys half their stuff, they continue to make inadequate supply on a little island in Europe with space, energy, and cost issues. And then they ship worldwide. Clearly, this is the opposite of efficiency. They could easily build or repurpose a factory in North America, cut costs substantially, and double production. That would be the obvious, no-brainer decision. So why don't they? Why not expand production to meet demand? Surely selling 100 items when the market demands 1,000 is idiotic. More product equals more sales equals more profits. It's not rocket science, so why can't a billion-dollar company figure this out? It's simple. Growth versus value. Games Workshop isn't some new company focused on growing their customer base. They aren't going to ever double or triple their sales. Nope. Games Workshop is a 40-year-old behemoth. Just operating on cruise control, they've reached maximum market penetration, operating at 100% efficiency. Doing everything perfect. At least, that's what the hamsters running it must think. I guess nobody in charge has ever heard of leaving money on the table. So what is this? Some video where I just educate you on the issues as I complain, but provide no alternatives or solutions? Not at all. There's definitely solutions, and I do plan on exploring them. But right now, we know the main issue is Games Workshop cannot cut their dividend and invest in a new factory. Not with 3D printing about to disrupt the industry. So that's it. We just need to accept reality for what it is. It's just plastic toys, and if we want them, we better just pay up or shut up. In all the world and the history of mankind, this has never happened before. No company has ever had this issue. So this is uncharted territory. 10th edition will no doubt be the culmination of the excitement behind Warhammer, the peak, after which demand will slowly fade to nothing, and those old companies that manufacture stuff will be obsolete, or at least that's what the executives must believe. So what if they're wrong? What if Games Workshop is actually a growth company, or has the opportunity to be? What is the solution then? It's actually quite simple, a common issue with value companies. They spin off part of the company. This protects the value proposition, preserves the dividend, and allows them to capitalize on the massive growth potential that the market has provided. Call it Games Workshop International, the growth division of the legendary behemoth. Rather than returning profits to shareholders, they reinvest them, build a factory, expand production, take advantage of the massive growth potential provided by the amazing opportunity of the IP. But if it's really that simple, why don't they just do it? In my opinion, there's only 2 answers. It's either so obviously the solution that all we need to do is wait, and in time, they'll do exactly what I suggested, or perhaps they already are. The other possibility? Fear. They are paralyzed by it. Rather than make any meaningful changes, this hobby titan will just continue doing nothing substantial to increase production. They will keep operating at max capacity, keep selling out their inadequate supply, keep missing out on massive sales volume, continue disappointing customers, disenfranchising friendly local game stores, and self-destructing the hobby that we love. So that's it. More Warhammer more often comes at a price. Disappointing customers, week after week of missing out on the new release. Current items from the existing range being sold out for months at a time, only to show back up in the web store for minutes before going back out of stock again for another 6 months. So what does more Warhammer more often actually mean? It means more releases with inadequate supply. It means more disappointed customers, more price increases, more friendly local game stores going belly up, more scalpers, more stress, more toxicity in the game and hobby we love. If you ask me, more Warhammer more often is the opposite of what we need. With 10th edition around the corner and concerns with inadequate supply ramping up, I can already feel the disappointment with the Leviathan launch box building. At least with Indomitus, there were a lot more excuses. And in the end, Games Workshop made it right. But GW has had 3 years to make improvements since Indomitus, and they're worse than ever. Still no pre-order or made-to-order guarantee, no reassurance that there will be ample supply to meet what will no doubt be record demand for the awesome new Leviathan box. Why not make an announcement? There's plenty for everyone. And if not, we'll make more. The answer is simple. FOMO marketing. Fear of missing out. Games Workshop will have a 2-week pre-order period. They'll tell friendly local game stores there's limited supply. This will limit how many customers can circumvent the web store and drive the sales exactly where Games Workshop wants them. Direct from them to customers. Eliminating the cut that friendly local game stores take as a middleman, allowing GW to capture record profit margins. And then, after that 2 weeks, they'll state how they saw record demand. There was no way they could have anticipated the popularity of Leviathan, and after they have sold every last box they can, straight to customers, then and only then will they announce a limited made-to-order window. You see, over the pandemic, Games Workshop got a taste of direct-to-customer profit margins, and now they're addicted. They figured out that they could substantially improve their profit margins, selling directly to customers and eliminating the middleman. And since then, they have been heavily restricting friendly local game stores' allocations. So now, when a new release comes out, their allocations might be 2 or 5 if they're lucky. Far fewer than what they need to make their customers happy. So while I do like the idea of more Warhammer more often, more cool models, more new releases, updated rules, all kinds of cool stuff for us to enjoy, the reality of it is a far cry from an improvement. And the more time that goes by, the less optimistic I am that Games Workshop will ever make any meaningful, positive changes. So sure, more Warhammer more often means lots of cool new minis, awesome new sculpts, regular updates to rules, and lots of good stuff. But does it really outweigh all of the negatives? More Warhammer more often comes at a price. And without Games Workshop making any meaningful improvements to their production, if the hobby, game, and IP continue to grow in popularity, the issues discussed in this video will only get worse. But we'll see. With the release of 10th edition and the Leviathan launch box just around the corner, if there's ever a time that I hope I'm wrong, this is it. But the truth is, Games Workshop and I are old friends. We go back over 30 years. And like the old saying goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and when I hear more Warhammer more often, I can't help but cringe. And I'm out of here. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video.